What is going on, everybody? Over the weekend, Vaticon 2025 happened. It is a little community event set up by Pope of Chillingtown and a few other sellers where they're selling as well. And it was really just a great time to go up and see some friends and just hang out, talk, and buy comics. I have a nice little haul. I really wasn't planning on doing too much, and I didn't do too much in a way, but I kind of did. Stayed under budget, so that was good. But I picked up some great books for the collection, and honestly got some great deals. You know, Pope of Town was doing some amazing 50% off bins, 10% off on the new collection. 360 Comics also was doing 50% off on certain books. Brixo Comics was set up as well. A lot of horror and that kind of stuff, sci-fi. Had some good deals too. And then there was a new seller there who I forget, I didn't catch his name, but he's not as active on Instagram. But he had some interesting stuff in the bins that I just kind of stuff I wish I would have grabbed more. I wish I would have hit his table up first, but got some great deals on some books. But yeah, we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna start off with Brixo Comics. My bad, Brixco Comics, and Paul actually pulled these out. He's got everything and anything. He's got a huge storage unit full of books and stuff in his basement, and I'm in the sketch cover game now. You guys probably know. So let's start off. I'm going to show you some books I picked up from him. Batman 100 blue sketch cover. I am tempted to do a Mr. Freeze commission on this cover. We'll have to see. That's what I'm thinking, though. So that's why I picked that up. This is really good. I got an artist in mind. I'm not sure if I'm going to have it do it or not, but this is Harley Quinn issue number 75. Sketch cover. I think that's really great. Again, if you haven't watched my previous video I just put out, what I want to do is get all of the rogues galleries done in sketch covers, and then have a have the sketch cover placed next to like their first appearance in the collection. I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe eventually I would get statues of the rogues in to have the sketch covers done and also the first appearances. So that'd be cool. The last book I picked up from Paul was a Detective 1027 variant, J. Scott Campbell variant. Love how he drew Batgirl on there, and of course, uh, I kind of haven't done too much with it, but I have another collecting project that I'm doing where I'm collecting any issue that features cover issues of, the Batmobile, the Batcave, gadgets, etc., Bat Signal, and all that. So I think I may already have a copy of this. I wasn't too sure, but I got a great deal on these books from Paul. So shout out to him. And like I said, more sketch covers. You're gonna see quite a bit more sketch covers coming in this video. Trust me, I kind of did good. Actually, you're gonna see them right now. 360 Comics as well. Oh, before we get into it, I will have a slab at the end I'm gonna show off that I got from Paul as well. Batman Adventures slab. We'll leave that to you in there. So again, 360 Comics had been set up, and a lot of the inventory is stuff that I've seen already, and I kind of know. But like I said, sketch covers, hey, and 50% off. He had this for it was $5, but it was 50% off for like 250. Um, Avengers. I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do here. I'm thinking about maybe a jam piece where I'm gonna have maybe different Avenger heads, so heads put on the cover, or I may just do like one or two characters. We'll have to see. Put a comment down below. Let me know what you guys would like to see on that. Give me an idea of what I should probably think. This is a good one. You're probably gonna know automatically what I want to do with this. Devil's Rang issue number 1 variant cover. Priced at 10, got it for 5. I'm gonna do something with Daredevil, of course, on this. I just gotta figure out what I want to do. I kind of wish the cover was more white, so that way, like, if you drew Daredevil, but then again, if somebody draws Daredevil, they could use the red from the costume in here. Um, but we'll have to see. I'm got some ideas for that. Um, Then a book, I'm not gonna tell the whole story, but I was supposed to pick this up from Paul. Um, I found it before I ended up getting the books from Paul. I found it in Joe's bin, and for $5, I couldn't pass it up. Detective 1000 sketch cover. I should have bought the other one from Paul. Still might eventually, because again, this is a whole wraparound sketch cover. If I'm not mistaken. Take it out. Yeah, it's a whole wraparound. So what I'm thinking of possibly doing, getting a jam piece again, having all the rogues, maybe like have 4 or 5 rogues, heads drawn, one in the middle and maybe 4 in the front, and then have some in the back. I was also thinking about doing a Bat family, get Batman in the middle, get Barbara, get Dick, Jason, Damian, Alfred. That would be kind of cool too. Again, this is gonna be pricey, and I don't know, like, some of these sketches probably will not be done in commission for at least a year or 2 because I've already got some stuff in the works, for commissions I'm doing, and it's getting pricey, so we'll have to see, but anyway, that's just my thoughts on what I was thinking about doing with some of those. Um, that was it for Joe, and then this next vendor, like I said, he was a new welcome addition, and uh he just had some stuff that was really underpriced, and I thought it was a great deal. This one book I got for $1, and I think it's a great deal, and I think the condition is near mint, and I already have a copy or 2 of it, but I wanna take it to Baltimore. This is the first full appearance of Kate Kane as Batwoman, and it's also a J.G. Jones cover. He did all of them for week, uh, 52 and or the new 52, and he will be at Baltimore. I'm thinking about getting a sign by him, maybe along with the other issue, and yeah, so we'll have to see. Again, $1 pickup, of course. This next book was only priced at $2, and I've been wanting this for a long, long time in a collection because it is 2 of my favorite characters. The reason why I started collecting comics, Batman and Daredevil, and I just could never find this, and I never went out searching for this book. Really, I mean, I see it all the time on eBay if you want, but at claim sales, even at Comic Cons, I like this could be a wall book in my opinion, and it should be. And this is actually the second team up, but it's the more valuable team up. This came out I think in 2000, and the first team up was in '97. So this is Batman and Daredevil, King of New York. Uh, I mean, this thing, to my eyes, is minty. I mean, for $2 too, I think that is a great deal. So essentially, the first team up is Two Face and one of Daredevil's villains. Uh, team up and Batman and Daredevil do the thing. And then this part is where Kingpin actually hires Scarecrow with the fear toxin to do something in New York, and then Kingpin realizes he made a mistake, and then he has to work with Daredevil and Batman to take down Scarecrow in New York. Still a great, great book and great cover and welcome addition to the collection. Been wanting this for a long, long time. Like I said, for $2, you can't pass that up. And the last book I got from him, at the end of the day, I'll tell you the price on this in a minute, but uh, he had this only in a bag. It wasn't bordered. Some of the nicer books were like that, but I mean, I think this thing is an excellent shape. This is Detective Comics issue number 583. First appearance of Scarface and Ventriloquist. I already have a copy. This might be an even sharper copy than the one I have. So, yeah. $2. I paid $2 for this, guys, and like, I mean, unless there's hidden damage inside, like this thing's minty. Like definitely near mint. I don't know about near mint plus, but it's definitely near mint. And for $2, okay, I will take that all day long. The thing is, I know when I saw this cover, I know exactly what it is. So I just, you know what I mean. I just grabbed it, and I was thinking like, all right, it's probably gonna be a little bit of money. But when he said, like I said, $1, $2 for Batman and Daredevil, then I got the Cake King for in the dollar bins, and then I had this in, and I said altogether, he said $5, so this came out to 2, 2 plus 1 equals 5, so I was like, "Okay, he had some good stuff to sell, even some Spider-Man and Hulk keys that the boys grabbed up, not into that stuff, but for the Batman stuff, yeah, he did have a lot of the like mid Batman keys from like 300s and 400s, such as like the Jason Todd early keys and all that stuff. Duplicates I already have, so I didn't want to like go out and buy them. But you will see one more piece from that seller as well at the end. I picked up my second ever piece of original art. So there you go. You got a slab coming in and a piece of original art. So stay tuned to the very end. By the way, hit that like button and please subscribe if you haven't. I would really appreciate it. It helps out. And then we're gonna move on. The last guy I want to mention, Pope of Chillytown, who set this whole thing up. I wasn't looking in to buy a whole lot, and I know it doesn't make sense because you're starting to see the haul, but Mike had some good stuff that I just decided, you know what, even at half off, I thought it was a good price. Um, this was half off. Gotham City Sirens issue number 18. Uh, Not a key, but it is just a great cover with Zatanna. I believe that's Tyra, Zatanna, and then of course you got the sirens on the bottom. Yeah, it's just Zatanna. You can see from the hat. But still a great cover, and half of the books are considered keys only because of the covers, but you do have some first appearances as well. But hey, welcome addition to the Sirens run. I don't know if I'm gonna I'm probably like, I think it's only 24, 25 issues, so like I'm probably got almost half the run, and I have it in omnibus format, which I have to read and do a review on. But I'm just not sure if I'm just gonna end up buying every single issue of the Simon's Run because the covers are just fantastic. So I kind of gotta make a decision on that. I mean, I don't like buying full runs. I like my and if you're new to the channel or if you're not, you know this, but I collect only the key issues and then I read, omnibus format to read the whole story. That's how I do it, but we'll have to see. Another team up which I thought, hey, was priced great. I don't know if we'll ever see it, but Punisher and Batman, and this is the first ever team up with them. And this is where Punisher chases Jigsaw to Gotham, and they end up clashing with Batman and Joker. And of course, at the end, uh, I'm sure Batman and Frank team up. Probably take this out and read it, and then But hey, great thing to have in a collection. I want to say that I may already have a copy, but I'm not 100% sure. So, and if I do have probably be a lower grade copy, so I could read that. This thing is new mint minus. I can see a scruffle at the bottom. Again, I don't really think there's really anything in here that might be getting sent in eventually. So, but like I said, there's some great pickups. This book is good, and I think this is an underrated key. And you can even find a 9.8 for cheap. This is Harley and Ivy, Love on the Lamb, and this is actually the first ever team up of Harley and Ivy in comics. Look at that cover too. I mean, not with Joker, Batman, but look at Barbara, Ivy, and of course Harley on there. So yeah, this is the first ever time that Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy team up in comics. Um, it's actually written up here very fine. So I mean, like I said, I'm gonna take this out, read it. I'm not gonna get a grade it, but you can get a 9.8 if you want. And I think like the first ever team up between these two is very underrated and undervalued. So, hey, why not? I think that's a great book to have. And the last book I picked up from him, I recently found out. I mean, this is a good key, but I recently found out it has a bit of significance into it. And this is Detective Comics issue number 526, the anniversary and 500th appearance of Batman in Detective Comics. There is sadly a Bob King pinup, Bob King pinup. And you probably know how I feel about Bob King. He's not a good guy, and truly believe that Bill Finger is even though he's co-credited, Bill Finger is Batman. Bill Finger wrote Batman. Bill Finger made Batman what he is. There's a good documentary you can go watch called Batman and Bill. I highly recommend you check it out. Always tell people to watch that. And so, I mean, hey, Bob, yeah, might have contributed a little bit to this, but not as big as he thinks. But however, the other big little significance behind this key is that a lot of the rogues show up, including Mad Hatter. Now, some people may not like him. I think it's an interesting character, and this is actually the first issue that Mad Hatter would use his mind control device that we would see like in the Batman animated series and other shows going forward. So I think that's a little bit of a nice key in itself. And of course, you have all of the rogues, in the background. So this is a great cover to own on, Batman's 500 appearance on Detective Comics as well. All right. I'm gonna show you guys the original art first from the new seller that we had at Vaticon. And what's very interesting about this piece is it's a lot smaller, as you can see. Uh, my first ever original piece of artwork was a Charlotte Witch, and now my second ever piece of original artwork is a Charlotte Witch. I listen, I don't know how that managed to pull it off, but this is a bit of a smaller version, obviously. What is this, an 8 by 10, I think it is. Um, so the new seller had some artwork. Man, I should have gotten, he had a good Wonder Woman I probably should have asked about too. But he had this, and after buying the comics, I was like, hey, just wondering, like, what do you got on this? And he was like, $25. $25. And I'm like, okay. So again, pencil detail. Now the artist is John Lime. So if anybody can help me identify the artist, I'd like to get them a shout out and see if maybe they're still drawing. Because this honestly reminds me a little bit of Bruce Timm artwork. That's what really hit me. And like I said, Charlotte Witch, I think, is phenomenal. This looks good. I may potentially open this and see if somebody would maybe want to be interested in putting some color into there. I'm not sure I want to do that, but so second piece of original artwork, thanks to Pope of Chillytown. I'm gonna put this back over here. Now we're gonna get into the slab. So Brickso Comics had some slabs, and yeah, man. This is a beauty. Batman Adventures issue number 10, Dan Slott and Ty Templeton story. Uh, and a Kelsey Shannon cover. Kelsey Shannon cover. Pronounce it right. A 9.8 Batman Adventures 10 Volume 2, and you're gonna see why I wanted to get this. I think this is a great cover. Boom. A awesome Catwoman cover, and 9.8 of this too. I paid only $50 for this. Well, no, technically 45. Paul had 50 on it. I tried talking about a 45. He wouldn't budge. And one of our good friends threw in $5 for me, so I paid the 45. He paid the 5, and so technically $45. Still, even though Paul had this valued at only $50, I thought that was a complete steal. There is one on eBay, I think, selling for close to almost $200. Is a buy it now. But still, this 9.8. Now, if you get the newsstand, could be a bit more pricier. It's not the newsstand, but still a great addition to the 9.8 collection, which I think eventually I'm gonna film a video showing off all my 9.8s. But yeah, I love it. I love Batman. I love the Adventures and Volume 2. And Volume 2 has some great covers in it, man. Like some great Joker and Harley covers in there as well. Great Ghost is like first full appearance is in there. So, and like I said, a 9.8, I couldn't pass that for $50. I saw it in 9.8, like when I was going through the top of the slams, Batman Adventures 10, 9.8, and I'm like, I knew it wasn't going to be volume 1 because, issue 10 and volume 1's really nothing. And, I mean, you want 12 slammed and maybe issue 1, but so I pulled it down, saw the Catwoman. I knew I had to have it. So Yeah, that is a welcome addition to the collection right there. And I don't know if I'm gonna be able to set this right. Let's see. Okay, we'll make it work. Anyway, guys, that was it for Vaticon 2025. Happens about once a year, and had a lot of fun. And the last couple of weeks, and especially the last month or so, kind of been getting drained a little bit from different things, and to go out and have fun with friends. Spent the day with them, and I did some other things afterwards with some other friends to help out somebody. Had a great time, spending my whole day with everybody, buying comics. I bought some great stuff for the collection, some upgrades. Hey, second original art. Now, does this mean that I'm gonna keep the trend of buying Charlotte Witch? Probably. I don't know. I just saw this and I asked the guy. It's like $25, and I was thinking it was gonna be more. And at $25, I think this is a good deal. Um, maybe on the Avengers one, maybe. We'll see. I definitely get a Charlotte Witch sketch cover eventually. But anyway, guys, had a great time. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you guys said about the haul. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel helps out. Leave me a comment down below. And, you know, as always, we will see you guys in the next episode of Josh's Comics.